Be a waste. Oh, it's starting. Hope you can all hear me. Check 1, 2. Am I coming through? Yes. I hope the microphone works, otherwise it'll be a waste of time, but oh well. Just got a break at school, so just thought I'd do a video. I don't know. It's what I like to do. I don't get many responses. I'd love to get more responses, but don't seem to get many. But no, it's just I suppose my comment about Star Wars being a lie, like it's not really plausible to have that kind of world in space. You'd have to sort of, people probably expect life to imitate art, but it doesn't always look the same as a movie. I suppose there's some elements that could be similar, like I hypothesize that to travel through space, hyperspacing, you'd have to build a ship that could withstand dark matter and then use a gravitational drive because dark matter's got to do with gravity, sort of a force that moves gravity. So you'd have to defy gravity to create a hyperdrive, sort of gravitational drive, to propel through space at sort of an infinite speed by dipping out of matter into dark matter, which and then from that moving through dark energy, so you could actually probably bypass planets, whatever. I suppose in these movies that's where you see those wormhole warps open up and then they disappear. They're sort of transporting from matter into dark energy. So, I guess an X-Wing would be a good example of a ship that could do that. A small ship, probably be the size of a house, be quite big. Quite a big, probably bigger than you see in the movie. It'd be quite a big ship to withstand that sort of pressure. You'd have to have certain layers, and I don't think you'd expose a droid to the outside. You'd have to have that locked away. Like you wouldn't want space, to suck it out of its capsule. You'd have to probably enclose a droid, I think. I guess you could magnetize it, but why would you risk losing your droid, who's sort of a navigator? You might have different droids for different areas of space, I just don't know about the rest of it, the movie. Maybe that part would be plausible. Building enormous ships like that to pass through space. I guess on a grand scale they're small compared to space, but floating sort of cities in space like that, I don't know, I can't sort of see that would happen, They say it's some kind of, the world by then sort of dominated by a force or something, and they discover the force, or it's part of the evolution of man or something, some kind of force. I suppose with that premise in mind, anything's possible really, with that premise of the force existing all the way around through space, but it's a different solar system, of course. Star Wars. It's a long way far removed from Earth, isn't it? So the point I'm trying to make is that movies aren't always what reality becomes. They might inspire reality, but realities don't always imitate the movie exactly the way it is. So Star Wars might actually be here on Earth, in our reality, and Ewoks might be kind of cats that evolved or something, or might be a bit different, or even koala bears or something. What do you think? They'd have to be civilized, Dogs and cats are taking a long time to evolve because they're just I think at some stage they might have evolved in the past and they didn't want to go back. They got the shit scared out of them at some point and don't want to follow. You know, some of the apes have probably done the same thing. You know, don't want to follow. So they're staying where they are in the forest. You know, the dogs are pretty happy being catered for. You know, cats like sitting around purring. You know, they don't sort of want to move on. But I think it's God's spirit that evolves humanity, and people accept it or they don't. I've accepted that spirit of my own, so it's quite a big responsibility, really. But it's got beyond that. You know, I've got past the point of good, where I've been accepted by the universe as a good force. So it'd be nice to be a loving force instead of just peace. You know, it's just peace that goes around the world. You know. And people can accept that or not. You know, if they don't accept it, they probably go to war and fight and die, or if they're at peace, they might find love or something. But definitely would help for me to find love. But it's not easy. Find someone that accepting wants to give their heart to you, and it's really hard. Yeah, I think it could be. I always see Star Wars as sort of beyond Superman. Like, it's sort of beyond that world. It's almost Magi's, you know. Jedi is a form of Magi, I think. So they kind of do magic, you know, lifting things, you know, flying. The kind of Magis that would follow the Superman story afterwards. So you'd probably have Superman and then Star Wars, and then it'd be different. It wouldn't be like that movie, I don't think, the movie series. It's kind of drizzled on now into some kind of Mandalorian I didn't really get, it just seemed boring. I don't know why they attach all this other shit to the end of good series and ruin it, but I wish they had made those first three. That was stupid, but 4, 5 and 6 were really great. I love that series, but just as movies. But yeah, I don't know if you really want to live that world anyway. It's desolate, it's harsh, it's cold, it's threatening. Why would you want to live in that world, Star Wars, you know, when you just have peace on Earth and love on Earth? I think a nicer world would be the video clip by Daft Punk. Is it? Excuse me, One More Time, I think, where they're all sort of living in a world. It's all sort of beautiful love bubbles and communities, and all sing and dance and live the music. And it's a bit strange though that these sort of creatures come and put them in pods, I suppose. I think it's from that's from a cartoon series or something, or from a movie. I'm not sure where they took all that footage from. It seems to have a story behind it, but I think it's nicer than Star Wars. The idea that it could propagate love instead of sort of violence. Because a force really is just basically a force of violence. They're all enacting on each other to dominate each other, which is kind of ridiculous. Why do you need to dominate people? The idea of life is to be free and work on those sort of boundaries of freedom, I think. No one wants to be confined and trapped and imprisoned. You know, it's the way to be free is to be a good person, I think. Look at the way animals are. Animals are beautiful, perfect creatures. They know to be good to each other, you know. They have to survive. Humans have had a little bit too easy, and we sort of ruined it for other people, made it too hard for other people. So we're kind of punishing each other, whereas the animal kingdom doesn't do that. You know, that's why I accepted them as heavenly beings, all the animals. But a lot of humans just aren't up to scratch. You know, they're just out there for themselves, trying to hurt other people. Just my opinion anyway. I just don't think they're worthy of heaven, all the stuff they do to each other. It's not really my judgment, it's just the world judgment, love really. So that's the force that binds everything, love, So if you don't love someone, you can't sit and talk to them, just end up fighting with them or something. There's different forms of love, there's brotherly love where you're just mates, and there's sexual attraction and family and all that sort of stuff. So people think, oh, who cares about love? I want to rape 1,000 girls and fuck everyone and fuck over the system. And there's some kind of psycho cosmonaut or something. Why? Why bother? You just be your natural self, But, it's nice to have diversity. You've got to have a bit of interest in life. You can't all just waste away as plebs sitting around looking at screens. So, it's nice to have interesting people with charisma and character and, I think maybe the Batman and Joker goes a bit far, the two extremes, aren't they? The ultimate justice, good guy, sort of the dark world, and then the Joker sort of out in the open, sort of the crazy psychopath, sort of exposed to the light, fighting against the whole system. I'd much rather a Batman that's just more like a policeman, goes around helping people, not really out to victimise anyone, and sort of Joker's just a happy, friendly guy, just maybe just plays games with people. He doesn't have to be a psychopath. It's a Joker after all, not psycho or whatever. So most psychos are just people who are traumatised. They don't want to be that way, They're just really badly hurt. They need help to feel better, So it's a lesson we learned there. Just don't victimise people, no matter what they are. Just try and help each other. Wow, look at that plane. Just, you can see it. Plane up there. Flying pretty low. It's cool. Yeah, not much else to say, but should get to class, I guess. Yeah, just that whole Star Wars comment that it's a lie. I just mean that if you had an explosion in space, it would decimate everything within that whole region. Just the inertia of projectiles in space would rip apart a ship. I know they say they have, defense shields and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to vaporize a ship rather than just blow it up so it explodes, Why do you want to do that, honestly? Why would you want to blow up a planet? It's part of our universe's biology, just damaging our structures. Blow up a planet can really affect the rest of the planet, so why would you want or need to do that kind of thing? It's just a movie, really, isn't it? Do anything with movies, can't you? But ultimately, you got to think how that's affecting children or people watching. I watched the movie the other night. It's all about these nuns and that. It was kind of nice. It's just an old movie in Technicolor. It just took me back. I'd love them to just make movies like that again. They were kind of just innocent and sweet. And these new ones, all gangs and stuff, doesn't interest me. It's just bullshit, What's it about? I don't understand it. Some gang wants to kill that gang, and that one hurts that one, and that one kills that and blows that up. And all people shooting guns, and By the end of the movie, I'm like, what the fuck was that about? They sort of transposed that now into Transformers, where it's just battles all the time. There's no other stories. It's just this guy fighting that one to kill that one, because it's all fear, you know. It's just fear factor. All these movies are about fear. They're not about heroes or anything. They're just fear. Heroes to me are more people that help people, make people feel good. You know, protect people, make people happy. They're the real heroes. You know, heroes in movies now aren't heroes. They're just garbage. Like even the superhero ones are all stupid. What are they about? I just don't know where they get these stories from. They're just about people fighting each other. Just a boxing match, you know. Who cares who wins? You know, both of them die. Who gives a shit? But it's all about death, isn't it? You know, and Superman's not about death. He's an immortal. He's an immortal being that's composed of the universe's elements. Why can't they think of concepts to do with that to make him help the world? And you know, why doesn't he build a skyscraper or something, or plant a rainforest or something? Or why don't they do interesting stuff that makes people feel good about life, not just let's blow everything up and destroy cities and decimate everything, and what for? You know, they're just killing, violence, killing. You know, this is the mentality people have. I understand it's an escape from regular life when you get home from work and you're tired and you just want to escape. But it has an impact on people, you know. It's sort of influencing the future. I just don't want to think the future is constant violence, all these new video games of people just trying to shoot everyone. You know, that's now what is in the psyche of people, is let's all get online and shoot each other, you know. I think what's the alternative? Well, let's bake bread or something. Or there's means of other concepts you can come up with that don't involve just gratuitous violence. I know they're working on the skill level for shooting and stuff, but you know, why not challenge other skills? You know, and not just problem solving, but you know, I remember those old games like Govelius were just fantastic. You know, Wonder Boy. And I know there's sort of chopping things with swords, but that's not the focus of the game. The game is getting the armor, getting the new items. You know, I'm not going to try and think up these examples of what games people should be playing, but just the world getting more violent doesn't interest me. I don't want to live in a decaying, violent, unhappy, miserable, grey, sodden sort of world. You know, I want a bright, happy, interesting, lively, beautiful world to exist in. And, you know, I better get to class. I'll see you later. From Jesus. I know you love that, don't you? From Allah. Oh.